Welcome to the channel and my initial playthrough of Tom Clancy's The Division 2. This is the beta gameplay, so it's something that I took part in on PlayStation 4 just over a week ago, and I wanted to initially just show you guys some of the character creation options that were available in the game in order to set your character up. Obviously in the first Division there wasn't a massive amount of choice for actual, the way your character looks. However, in this game there just seemed to be a lot more options. There wasn't any way to manually set your character, e.g. choose a particular face and then modify it. But I think that'll be there obviously in the main game. What they did have was this randomization feature, and from the randomization I managed to get quite a few different looks. Customization in terms of the way your character looks facially, and from a body perspective it actually looks like it's a little bit deeper this time in. Obviously in terms of clothing and armor and stuff, it was always very good before in the first Division anyway, so that's definitely not going to change in this game. The rest of the video is going to be a couple of missions from the beta gameplay. As I said, this is beta gameplay, not the final product. Final product releases March the 15th, 2019. But in the meantime, I'm going to let you listen to the game intro and I'll be back to talk some more in a sec.
We took things for granted. We expected coffee in the morning. We expected free Wi-Fi. When those were taken from us, we survived. When communications broke down, the trains stopped and the internet went dark, we survived.
But when the pharmacies were looted and hospitals shut down, asthma became lethal. And with no police to protect you, did you own a gun?
Did your neighbor?
Some survived.
We are a resilient species. When our society collapsed, we found ways to go on. And now, for the first time in centuries, what we want is also truly what we need. In the face of disaster, we helped each other.
We built new communities in the ruins of the old. We adapted. We survived. Established a new normal. But there are also those who build nothing. Create nothing.
Hyenas preying on the weak. They've made our world bleed. But we don't stand alone. A brave few have sworn to protect us and save what remains. They unite us.
Remind us that we are one people. They are our shield and our light. But if that light goes out,
who can save us then?
Now, based on the 3-4 hours that I played this, the campaign for the Division 2 is pretty much the same formula as the first game. So if you kind of didn't get on with the first game, you're probably not going to get on with this, I would imagine. However, if you're like me and you enjoyed the first game, it's good news, because obviously there's lots of similar things that you're going to be doing. You're going to be building up your base of operations. So obviously the more missions and XP you unlock, the more things you can unlock around your environment or your various bases to help you complete missions and stuff. You also actually build up the armor and health of your other Division operatives in the area, so it actually helps you kind of keep the area under control by the looks of things. So you're not just kind of working on a building this time, you're kind of working on a building and the community. So that looks a little bit more interesting. Don't know enough about that yet because I haven't played a massive amount of the beta. Obviously, like I said, I did 3-4 hours, did a bit of unlocking here and there, but this is pretty much the first couple of hours kind of scaled down, if you like, just for your viewing pleasure. Now, we start out with an assault on Washington, D.C., and action-wise, it pretty much felt the same as The Division, although I will add that I felt the gunplay felt better. The guns felt a bit more realistic. I like the feel of the guns in this game. So I think they've actually improved the actual mechanics of the guns themselves, so they feel that a little bit more realistic and also sound that little bit more realistic. So I do definitely like the attention to detail there. Kit-wise, the one thing I did find that was when you're opening up the kit boxes, you don't actually get a list of what's in it like you used to. It kind of just pops into your inventory. So that may be a beta thing. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully you'll see, what you get. The stuff that I was looking at, which you'll see later on in the video when you acquire items, if you like, you can actually see a mini image of those items that you acquire, which is pretty cool because it shows you, the color and everything of what you're going to pick up. And obviously if you're trying to aesthetically gear up your Division agent or look for particular parts of gear, it actually helps you identify quite quickly whether it's something you're after or not. The other thing I found was a bit more intuitive was the gear itself. You can actually tell, at least early on in the game, the differences as to where or what gear was good versus what gear you had that was inferior. So it was a lot easier to identify better gear, if you like. That was what I found. Obviously I've only played, like I said, a few hours of the beta, but it definitely looked better from that perspective. Had a little bit of a hang up back there. I don't know if you saw, I kind of got stuck on the scenery. That didn't happen too much in the demo, to be honest. It only happened a couple of times. But to be honest, when you've got a one-to-one version of Washington DC, then it's quite understandable you're going to have the odd glitchy area. The big thing about, obviously, the original Division was the New York setting and its ratio, if you like. This time round it's a real world ratio, apparently a 1-to-1 ratio, which is pretty interesting. So there's going to be plenty to explore. Now, the other thing I liked, the map itself actually looks a lot more 3D this time, so when you're looking at the map, it's got a lot more dimension to it, if you like, so it just looks that little bit more tech and that little bit better. Now, when I played the beta, I played it at normal hardness, and like the first game, I found it's actually got a very well managed difficulty in terms of being challenging at the level it's at. And obviously, as you play the game in campaign, you're going to unlock more gear, it's going to make you stronger, but at the same time the enemy are going to level up around you. And the one thing I really enjoyed about the first game was how the AI react to you in the environment. They will actually try and catch you in the crossfire, they'll try and sneak up behind you and make your life as hard as possible. They'll even rush you at times when they know you're reloading and stuff. So I really do like the AI dynamic from the original Division, and this looks just as good in terms of AI intelligence and making your life difficult. As you can see there, that guy's come out from behind me, giving me a bit of a hard time there. Need to take him out before he gets round me. And they're sending other people. I just saw someone else flanking me to the right there, but I can't see them well enough to kill them. So I'm sure someone else, yeah, there's already someone on my right there, look, if you look on the radar, and they're kind of shooting me from above. I can't get a shot on them yet, but this game in terms of difficulty is very good, and it also offers a real challenge versus the AI, because the AI will make your life as difficult as possible. As you can see, they nearly killed me there. Now, you will obviously have a hard difficulty for the game's campaign if you want to go in and play that a little bit harder. That's typically what I did last time. I started out and went through on release day through hard mode. I actually, I like a bit of a challenge. It was pretty tough, to be honest, and this is going to be pretty much the same because this is normal, and I'm getting a bit of a beating here. Obviously, I've got some of the early rifles, so I don't have the scopes and stuff like that to see what's going on. So it is very much sort of guerrilla warfare at the moment, but that's what makes this game so great. Graphically, The Division 2 looks just as strong as the first game, in fact a little bit better. I think the detail was always there in the first game. I loved the way that your character looked, and you could see kind of the textures on the shirts and the jackets that they were wearing, and also the texture on some of the backpacks and stuff. I'm playing this on PS4, but I don't have a Pro, so this is 1080p footage you're seeing here. And you know, I felt the detail on the character was just actually that little bit stronger on 1080p. So imagine what this is going to look like on Xbox One X, or obviously on a really decent PC setup in 4K. This is going to look pretty impressive. And you know, I just love the small details in the game, all of the rubbish kind of littered around, all of these bottles and, you know, petrol cans and that kind of stuff. There's just a whole ton of detail. Even that car there, you can see the under of the chassis. I mean, how many games do you see the under of a car chassis that looks real? Most of them just look like, you know, plain blank nothingness, even in some of the racing games that we play currently. And you know, these guys, detail is, you know, there's very few games that have got the detail that this game has got. It does look absolutely phenomenal. Now, if you played the first game, obviously all this is going to be great news to you. If you never played the first game and you like open world shooters or cover-based shooters, then you know, this would be probably right up your street. It's actually a very well designed game. It's got a very good cover-based system. The campaigns are normally respectable length. The first game was a good 12 and a half hours of campaign. I know some people that claim to have completed it in 10 hours, but they probably played it on the easiest mode, to be honest. Obviously, putting it in harder mode, it lasts even longer, which is why I typically will jump in on hard. But, you know, they've got pretty interesting campaigns, lots of boss fights and stuff, lots of various missions. Some of it is a little bit repetitive, some of the side missions where you're going around saving hostages and buildings and stuff like that. But the actual campaign itself was actually quite a good campaign, I felt. And I think this game is probably going to deliver on the campaign perspective as well, if it's anything to do with a Tom Clancy novel, that's for sure. So at this point, I'm going to leave you guys to enjoy the rest of the video, because I've been talking for a good 12 minutes here, which is quite a bit of time. And obviously from my perspective, I think this is shaping up really good, The Division 2. I think if you're a fan of the first game, you're definitely going to like this. And you know, I'm definitely buying this on March 15th, so hopefully I'll see you fellow operatives out in the field. Enjoy the rest of the video. Maybe drop me a like or subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the content. Thanks for watching.
Hey, thanks for the help out there. You should check in with Manny, our coordinator, upstairs in the blue room. Come by here if you ever need help. 28, 29, 30.
Is it quitting time?
This is you. Welcome to DC. I'm Manny. I run comms. I'm guessing the Division Alert brought you here? Damn glad to see you. Let me show you exactly how screwed we are. Ever since the JTF imploded, the city's become a playground for murderous fuckheads. There are several main factions, and a whole lot of bottom feeders sucking up whatever the big dogs miss. A few civilian settlements are still holding out against all this villainy. They need more help than we've been able to provide, especially since the Division network went dark. That's Kelso. She's one of the last surviving agents in DC. She's operating out of the theater settlement on a priority mission. You should go check in with her. If anyone knows how to get these systems back online, it's her. Oh, and introduce yourself to the locals while you're at it. It'll comfort them to know there's a new sheriff in town.
By the way, Agent, head downstairs and check in with the quartermaster. He can get you set up with some division tech. You're gonna need the edge.
Incoming backup request.
Need to find that item.
Support is required in the clinic.
To move.
Civilians with any medical or...
Glad you're here, Agent.
The neighborhoods you'll be moving through are hyena territory. They're a bunch of vicious assholes who prey on the weak and vulnerable and kill for kicks. And they destroy whatever they can't steal for themselves. And they've been an especially serious problem for the theater settlement. Given our situation, we need the help of the settlements. But they can't do much if they're struggling to survive. So see what you can do to take some pressure off them. But don't forget that we have to get the Shade Network back to full strength. In a lot of places, the Division has been the only thing holding people together. But where DC is the priority, most agents are completely cut off. They're not gonna last long without support.
Safe area left.
Hurts, doesn't it?
You ready? Let's get started.
Agent in need of backup. Portable device detected.
Now? Hold up. They're still too spread out.
This is gonna be good.
Not if they notice us first. Keep your goddamn head down.
Look at those idiots. They have no idea what's coming.
That's the fucking idea. Get your fucking head down.
What are we waiting for? They're not even armed. This is gonna be a fucking piñata party.
If you're expecting candy, you're in for some disappointment.
The candy isn't the fun part. The fun part is seeing it fly everywhere when you whack the shit out of the piñata. I don't think I'm gonna be too disappointed.
Grenade away!
Screw you!
Electronic device detected.
You're fucking dead. You think that makes you tough? Keep your heads down! No way I can get him from here! We wipe them out!
There'll be more tomorrow.
Portable device detected.
Where's the prisoners?
I got tired of them moaning.
So you let them go?
No, I didn't let them go.
Motherfucker, we were gonna trade them.
Oh well.
That's what you're gonna tell Diesel when he asks why you killed them?
I didn't kill them. The dogs did.
What dogs?
I don't know, some dogs. I didn't ask their fucking names. Oh, but they must have been fucking hungry. Cause damn, when things did blood, it was chow time.
You stupid son of a bitch!
Well, whatever. Diesel ain't gonna do shit except huff and puff a
Keep
little.
up the good work. You're coming up on the theater settlement. The woman who runs it is named Odessa Sawyer. Try to stay on her good side.
Safe area entered. Agent requesting backup.
Yeah.
Welcome back to House Radio with Carrie. I hope you like that last track. Time for the best
You want a
new
deal?
music.
I want a deal too. Let's do some bits and
music you can
bullets.
find.
You rule, Agent.
If you're looking for Agent Kelso, she just left. I should have gone with her. But I'd only slow her down. I know you got your own problems to deal with. But them hyena motherfuckers took my little girl. Get to me. If you can help, I'll be on your debt. And I always pay my debts.
is Carrie, and you're listening to Rooftops Radio. I think we could all use a pick-me-up. Here's some tunes for your afternoon.
Leaving safe area.
No assholes in sight! Wanna join the party?
Fucking division scum!
You're right next to the Grand Washington Hotel.
Okay, here we go. That should get their attention. Head to the service entrance on the east side of the building.
Screw you! You killed him! You fucker! This asshole's mine! Who's that down and fight? The world is gone!
Once you're inside, find a way to the atrium.
Hostile radio intercepted.
We're under attack. It might be a diversion, so be ready.
Hostile radio intercepted.
I'm heading upstairs to the hostage. Everybody, get to the atrium.
Shit. Saint's here.
The who now?
Hyena big shot. Real unpleasant. We need to kill this asshole.
Either this ends soon, or I'm going 10 on...
No one touches our stuff!
You won't do that to me!
All the way to the top floor. Take the stairs to the right of the elevators and work your way up. I just found an ammo stockpile. I'm gonna detonate it.
Stepped over the line.
That's what you get, you dumb sons of bitches.
You doing all right there, Kelso?
As long as I'm not breathing asbestos. That blast did a lot of damage.
Doors are now closing. Going up. Elevator power has been disrupted. Do not exit.
We're down one! I love it.
I'm on the roof, holding for backup.
I have eyes on you, Kelso.
You see Saint?
I don't know what he looks like, but there are plenty of hostiles up there.
Not for long.
Sounds like trouble. Let's kill them and take all their stuff!
Bring them on!
They're finished! know who you are! Grenade out! Getting you mag!
Glad you made it. Ready when you are. Let's do this.
You can't deal with us! Get close!
Eleanor? Your mom sent us to bring you home. Are you hurt?
Who are you? What's going on?
She's in shock. I'll bring her down when she's fit to move. Let's meet at the theater later.
Heads up. You've got hostiles flooding into the building from the street.
Get down there and take care of them. I got Eleanor. Is Odessa on the line?
I'll patch her in. Odessa? Kelso has some news for you.
We got Eleanor. Is she okay? She's okay. I'm bringing her home. Oh, God. Okay. See you soon.
Character. progression.
I'm gonna drop you, motherfucker! Fuck you! Fuck you! I'm dead! Hey! Oh, it's an agent! No prisoners!
Hi. How are things looking out there?
Hey there!
Safe area detected.
Great to see you.
You need it. I've got it. Come check it out.
New residents are not permitted to carry firearms inside the settlement. Please remove your weapons and prepare for a spot check.
Welcome back to Rooftops Radio.
Heads up. We now have a working barbecue. And better food in your stomach is gonna go a long way towards putting a smile on your faces.
It's worse than ever, Odessa. We're barely holding things together.
What am I supposed to do?
Help us!
I am helping. I am helping. Just not the way you want me to.
We need you out there again. Your leg wouldn't stop you.
It's not about that.
I know it isn't. But if we fail...
All right! All right. We could probably spare some people.
I'll be outside.
She said you did your part. I won't forget it.